Hi, welcome to Golden Years. This month I am interviewing Carl Bilski, and he's going to share with us what is going on with the Brunswick Historical Society. So come on back.
Ho, ho, ho! What's this? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
Welcome back to Golden Years. I am interviewing Carl Bilski. He is the president of Brunswick Historical Society. And he's got some interesting history to share with us today. So Carl, thank you for joining me this month.
Thank you for having me.
And how long have you been president of the society?
Well, we can only go 2 terms, 2 years, but with COVID and that, we extended it so we didn't shake up everything. So I've been on my 3rd year here.
Wow. How long have you been involved with the, I should say, historical?
Probably only maybe 10 years.
Oh, okay.
But Brunswick is of high interest to me since I lived here all my life.
All your life you lived in Brunswick?
Yes.
So you saw many, many changes.
Yep, since 39.
That's a long time.
A wonderful time.
And I'm sure you have wonderful, wonderful memories.
Lots of them, yes.
So you go back to the day that 303 was a little bit smaller.
Yes.
And dirt roads?
No, it was paved then when I was driving. It was probably dirt in the earlier years. I remember when I was about 9 or 10, when we had a really bad snowstorm living on Minor Drive. My dad and I walked up Minor to Pearl, and we were coming into Zimmerman's store to get some milk and bread. Of course, Schmitty had his route with the milk truck that he delivered milk, and that was the only set of tracks down 42.
Wow.
With all that milk in the back, he had traction and weight enough to get through the snow.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
But we walked down the center of Pearl Road here to get to Zimmerman's to go shopping.
And it was like you were the only one in the city.
Yeah, pretty much. We were the only ones out.
Oh, I bet. And that was back in when? Back in
46, 7.
So what made you get interested in the Historical Society?
I just love Old Brunswick, the way it was then, the people that were then, and how things were then. And I don't want to lose that. Mm-hmm. And the Historical Society makes that work. We hold on to the past in pictures, in equipment, in stories that we have during the winter months at our meetings where we invite people in to talk about their history and their families of Old Brunswick.
It's a neat house. We did do off-site, probably maybe 8-10 years ago when Mamie. I interviewed her. And it was so interesting to see the history of Brunswick. You know, things that I never probably saw in my life, but here they were secured there.
Mamie is a wonderful, interesting person, and I had the honor to give her a plaque for her, what she gave to the Historical Society. There's a picture floating around somewhere of it. I just saw it the other day, but wonderful, wonderful lady.
And she was involved many years.
Yes. She was, I think, the first president, if I recall right.
Wow. And so when you do have your meetings, are they open to the public?
They are. We have board meetings that are closed to conduct our business, but we have open meetings, and we're trying to get more people interested to come and see what's going on, because you would be surprised at what's to learn there. And our farmers market on Sundays with people bringing fresh produce that they've grown themselves, and the camaraderie with different people and different things that people make. It's a wonderful way to spend a Sunday morning.
Oh, I bet. And when we had GTB, I can remember the families that are here in Brunswick, the history, and the farming community. You know, these people owned that whole square down the road, and it was all farming. And it was just like a wonderful city, yes, with history.
It was. And being here way back then, I can remember one of my first jobs was just north of town before Goodyear's, hoeing strawberries for 10 cents an hour.
And to you, you probably thought that was a lot of money.
It was money. I don't think back then we thought about a lot. You went to work and made. Like, I really don't understand or appreciate today with what's going on, because in our world, I remembered when I got old enough, I mowed lawns for 2 weeks to get $25 to buy my very first car from my dad.
Car?
1941 Willys 4-door.
Oh my. You still have it?
No, I've got good pictures of it, but I don't have it any longer.
Wow.
I've got so much, if I kept everything, it'd be out of hand.
There's only so much you could hold on to, right?
That's right.
So let's go back to the society. Right now, you guys are selling bricks.
We are selling bricks from the old Edwards and Visitainer building when it was tore down. And we've acquired the old church bell from the church down by the Towsley School that went defunct.
Oh, okay.
And they would like us to have rebuilt a bell tower for it. So I have 2 young men that come to help me, and with their help, we designed and built a steel structure to be mounted there. And now we're trying to finish up the sales of the bricks that you can have laser engraved with your family's history of names, your name, a veteran's name, because the center podium is going to be dedicated to the veterans. This is the bell tower. This is an example of the brick, which is Tedner, who was killed in action. But that whole center section is going to be dedicated to any veteran of Brunswick that served. So I'm hoping to get more veterans because we need more for that centerpiece. But then the 4 columns are going to have people or families or churches or businesses or anything within the community of Brunswick that would like to be a part of history from now on.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great idea.
Well, thank you.
Very good. And so you continued the brick sale because you figure the more bricks, the better, correct?
It is. We had no idea how much that's going to grow and sell. So we had a really good program and a lot of really good people that's a part of the historical side jumped on and helped with that. But we need to sell a few more to make it to what it is. I had hoped to have this tower done at the end of this summer, but the weather moved in on us, and then it got nice again, but we extended it till early spring. So there's a great gift, Christmas gift
Oh,
for
good
someone,
idea. Yes.
and so forth.
And if you're doing the end of the year donations, put the
Exactly.
Historical
Yep.
Society in your brain to do that.
Exactly. Yes.
So how many bricks do you think that takes?
Well, in the 4 pillars, we could go up to 480. The center section, if I recall, was 140. I don't think we'll get anywhere near the 480, and that was doing all 4 sides of each of the 4 columns. But we can do the outsides of each of the 4 columns. And we're only doing it from 3 foot off the ground till 8 foot. A person standing can easily read and find their brick.
And this is your idea?
Well, several people had ideas
You
about
put your heads
bricks,
together.
but I got this put together with the help of a few others, and it's doing very well. I think it's going to be a highlight to the Historical Society there on Laurel Road.
Oh, I think so, sure. Because you guys are keeping it alive, and that's a treasure.
Yes. Yes.
And things like that, you just don't want to push them in the background because that's history. That's Brunswick's
It is.
history.
History is made, but it can be lost if you don't document it or build something that it's there for your children, your grandchildren to come and see and know, gee, he had a part of that or she had a part of that.
So when did you serve in the Army?
I was married in 61, August. I was drafted in December of 61. So they said, you will probably go in January of 62 or February. So I made the moves and got my wife set up, and so that when I left, she'd be in good shape. And I waited and waited and waited. Finally, April of 63, 16 months later, they finally took me. So I went in 63, went to boot camp, went all through that, did fine. Then I went to aviation school to become a mechanic on aircraft. And then I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, supporting the 1st Division, Big Red 1. But they always tell you, if you're in the Army, don't ever volunteer. Well, I've always been a little different of a person than the average person, I guess. And I told our commander that if you need a volunteer, this hand's always up. So he came to me one time and he said, you serious about volunteering? I said, yes, sir. I figured life is an education. And if the Army takes you, you want to learn everything you can,
True.
Especially how to save your life. So they sent me to audiovisual school to learn how to run big projectors and sound equipment. So I'm stationed on the airfield, and when the films from Vietnam would come back, I would have to show them to the officers going over. They weren't pretty. And that was a good thing. It extended my work. Then they came to me again and said, you want to volunteer yet? And I said, yes, sir. He sent me down as lieutenant. He gave me a .45, said, go out and shoot that target. So I went out and put 6 rounds in it, brought it back in, and he looked at it. He looked at me and said, go pack your stuff, you're now with us. So for 1.5 years of my last 2 years, I traveled the United States for the Army, shooting 3 calibers of pistol, 22, 38, and 45, in competition with other military personnel, civilian police, and civilians all around the country.
Wow, how interesting. Wait, hold that thought. I got to take a quick break, and I'll be right back.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Lori Betts. I'm interviewing Carl Bilski, and he is giving me some history and you about the Brunswick Historical Society. But we got sidetracked and we're talking about the Army days. So continue listening. Okay, Carl, I had to interrupt you about your Army days.
Not a problem.
So you stayed in the Army how long, and you came back in
65.
65, okay. And then you had, you were telling me earlier about the cars that Dad was probably involved in, because how did you get involved with all this car situation? Mr. Sandman.
Well, Sandman came later, but the cars came from, my dad worked very hard at taking old cars, rebuilding them to help with his family here in Brunswick. Always working, always working. I can remember a doctor came to our house when they used to come to your house.
Oh my God, yes.
In his Cadillac from West Richfield. And it was in the afternoon, and he said, I have to hurry. My lights don't work on my car. I got to get back before dark. So he went in and took care of my little sister, and he come out and says, well, I really got to get going. And my dad said, don't worry about it. I fixed your lights. You're okay. So my dad was a great mechanic. And working with him out in that cold garage holding a light while he worked on cars.
Wow.
It started there at 8 years old, and just, it hasn't stopped.
And it was always hands-on.
Yes.
So you were able to touch and feel, and Dad probably explained everything to you.
Yep.
And now you have this big, huge area with how many cars?
I think
Couple
26, yeah.
Good for you. And that keeps you busy.
I don't know if I need to be busy, but it keeps me moving,
Exactly.
even in my
exactly.
limited area.
Exactly. But you're up and moving, and it gets you from point A to point B, and then you could just get involved.
Exactly. Even to the point of these bricks. We worked hard cleaning those bricks, and we had a gentleman that is part of the Historical Society that would come up there and sell his little wood working stuff and things for kids. But he spent every Sunday cleaning those bricks and then cleaning up the area of the broken bricks and everything. 4,000 bricks that man went through. And we helped him when we could, but he did a lot of work on
You had
that.
to have a lot of patience.
He did. He did a terrific job. We had a little honoring night for the people
Wow.
that helped with that, including my two, Mark Solmansky, my oldest stepson, and Michael Gable, the young man I alluded to. And we gifted them some plaques and thanked them for all they did, because they weren't really a part of the Historical Society. They were doing it because I couldn't do it all.
And they were probably happy to do it.
I
so
hope
they were
so.
doing it from their heart.
Yes, exactly.
That's terrific.
A lot of work went in those bricks, and if anyone's interested in having their family name on a brick, a lot of people put the mother, father with their children, some put their businesses, some put grandpa being a veteran on a brick for himself. But again, the brick laser engraved is $145, and that goes to the Historical Society to pay for that tower going up, and it helps the society keep going. Things are getting more expensive for everyone, us included, so.
And yeah, I'm sure you pay utilities in that little
Yes,
farmhouse.
and with our new little schoolhouse, the utilities have grown, so.
Well, when did the schoolhouse go up?
I think it's been 2 years now. I don't have all those dates in mind.
Okay. So like during COVID or?
Just after,
Oh, okay.
I believe. I was so involved before that I can't differentiate
The
from
dates, yeah.
when the idea started, and I drew up the first front of it, and then we got Engelke to do the building, and I'm lost in times. I'm always thinking about tomorrow. I don't remember yesterday's dates.
That's okay. That's okay. But there's a lot of collaboration that was involved with the bricks
Yes, a lot.
and the schoolhouse.
Yes, exactly.
So how can Mrs. Jones, if she's interested in a brick, does it have to be done online?
It can be done online. You can go to the Brunswick Historical Society, and there's a section there. You can call me personally or look up Sandman Motorsports on my website. That'll give you information, anything at all.
Okay. And you said there's no time limit for the bricks, like you said.
Well, we're going to cut it off here in April, in the spring, because then the bricks are going to go up, and that'll be the last of it. So we like people to get their chance to get in on this and have their history planted here.
And like we talked, Brunswick was Brunswick back in the day. A lot of people probably want their names put down in writing
Exactly.
for their history.
I've got my family of my parents and siblings. I've got my father, my younger brother, and myself as veterans. I got a brick for them. So there's many different avenues you can go to be a part of that.
Yeah, because there is a lot of history in Brunswick, like we talked earlier. And a lot of family names are still here.
Yes. Yes.
Well, we thank you for doing all this.
It's my pleasure.
And I know Sam Boyer is still involved with you.
Yes.
And she's been a big, wonderful tool for many, many
Absolutely.
years.
Yes.
Because what were you, for the schoolhouse, what were you selling for that? Wasn't there a campaign where they,
For the schoolhouse.
schoolhouse, yeah. Was it money raised for that or no?
I don't get into that end of it.
Oh, okay, all
I'm
right.
more in the mechanical end, so I'm not
Okay.
the person to ask that.
All right. But I know a lot of people have been supportive through the years
Yes.
to the Historical Society. And you do, like in the summertime, like you alluded to, that you have the farmer's market
Every Sunday.
every Sunday, and it's very popular.
It is, and it's getting more popular because we're sprouting out a little bit more and going to have more spaces and maybe going to have little side events there. We proposed maybe one Sunday for little remote control trucks to go on a course for kids.
Yeah.
Possibly a little car show where I'd like to see a certain amount of older cars with more modern cars, and then people can vote on what they like the best, and we'll give that group a trophy. So let the people of the community participate
Oh,
in that.
yeah. Yeah. And how much property is on that corner that belongs to
Well,
society?
again, I know our section is 252 feet deep, I think it is. I forget how wide it is. It would be nice if we could expand a little bit, but we just lease that from the city, so But we're growing as the years go by, so it'd be nice if we could have a little more room.
Okay. All right, so are you on the city marquee to buy the bricks? Did you guys put your name up there?
On the marquee.
On the corner of 303 and 42.
I don't think so. Again, there's areas that I don't
Oh, you don't get involved in.
in.
Okay, all right. Because you got to get your name out there. Buy that brick.
Very true. Yeah, that's a very good idea. I'll have to
Yes.
look into that.
Look into that. And let's go back to your cars, because a couple times when I called you, you told me you were out on the back 9.
Back 90.
Back 90. So do you spend a lot of time daily? I know you said that your getaway to go out there just to do it. So
Ever since I was in high school, I could get by with 4 hours of sleep, so I was always busy. At my age, I can afford maybe a few more hours, but I still don't sleep much. I'm either up doing drawings or figuring out materials or whatever we're doing at the time.
wow.
You only live once.
God bless you. You got your hands and your mind in a lot of places.
Living life to its fullest.
God bless you, as you should,
Yes.
as you should. A number means nothing. If you're
No.
going to sit there and do nothing, shame on you, but you have to enjoy life to the fullest.
I can remember at 35, I thought, boy, I'd never reach 52. Wow, that was a long time ago.
See, you accomplished it.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so what else do you want to leave with my viewers?
Just if you've never experienced the Historical Society, it's growing and becoming very beautiful due to a lot of people that have gotten themselves involved in making this happen.
And another name, Dave Goodyear. He's been
Dave
involved.
Goodyear, retired teachers and principals, lots of people that are stepping up and including themselves in this process, which is, it's amazing me how good we're growing. It excites me
Oh, yeah.
that this old thing is growing and we're getting bigger and better.
And that's great. Yeah. And hopefully you'll get some more young people involved.
We need to get young people involved because we're not going to be here forever. We need to get them associated with what's going on and what that's about so that they can carry on after us.
Did the Boy Scouts ever get involved?
They do. They come and help us with different projects, whether it's moving stuff or cleaning out weeds or gardens or whatever. There's several different associations in Brunswick. St. Ambrose, I know, sends out people to help, and again, the Boy Scouts and different people that get involved, and we're grateful for that because some of us are getting older.
Exactly. And let the young ones do it.
Well, these wheels don't like to go through mud.
I'm sure
so-
they don't. No, they don't. But you do a good job with that guy.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for having me on Golden Years this month. And good luck with the bricks. So get out there and buy a brick. You could call Carl. We'll put his phone number on the screen. And put that family name in writing.
Exactly. Make it a part of our history here forever.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us this month on Golden Years, and we'll see you next month. And happy holidays to everybody.